service.
Beautiful. So, Market in Darkness, an amazing time, folks. If you want to check out the previous episodes, please do. For more information, please check out Darian Wigfall's Facebook page at least. And also, be sure to check out more information about what Darian Wigfall's working with, y'all.
We got one more secret for you.
Yeah, what's that other secret?
It is secret number 16, and that's product launch funnels.
Oh, yeah, product launch funnels, baby. Dude, oh my goodness. So, Dotcom Secrets, this is the older copy, the hardback copies, the newer one. So, the chapters are a little bit different, but I like the fact that they still obviously have the same stuff in them, just updated versions. So, product launch funnels are pretty neat. They're video based. So, what you essentially have in a nutshell is the video 1 through 4. You would have the wow and how, essentially what makes them really excited about this, but also how do we get that person to do that. Transformational education is video number 2. So as soon as you get that knowledge about what you have to do, then you're empowered to actually take the proper action. So transformational education is involved in the second video. This is probably where whoever makes the video is explaining exactly how this product works for you and how that, what you need in order to follow through. Video number 3, the ownership experience. It's essentially going over what it's like once you're already going through the motions of doing what you need to maintain that business, and actually, essentially being able to go inside of the machine that is your business and actually oil up everything and make sure everything's flowing well day to day. And then the offer at the end is obviously you want to just like hook story offer.
You want to have an irresistible offer.
Irresistible. Like to where you ask that question and the person pretty much says yes. If you've mentioned this before, if you say no, that's, or what is it? A confused mind.
A confused mind always says no.
That's what it is. And you want to frame the offer to where it's undeniable and essentially they have no choice but to say yes.
Yeah, and so this is what I was talking about earlier about the video sales letter split into multiple videos. You're going to talk about the product launch video. And so in the first 3 videos, there's literally no call to action. It's all information based. Again, like Jelani said, the first one is wow and how. So like you kind of wow the people, inspire them a little bit and show them how you got through your process and how they can get through the same process. Transformational education, giving them how you transform from where you were to where you are and how they can do the same thing. 3, ownership experience, how they will feel and be operating once they own the product or own your service. And then the offer, you're going to give them an offer sequence that they cannot resist. You're going to obviously recap some of the information that you went over in the first 3 videos, but then you make them an offer either for a product that you've already had, or this in particular is for a product launch. So this is for a new product that you haven't launched yet. And so what you want to do for your hot and warm traffic is to send people to the videos with a link in your email. Your email list is the first place to start with any campaign, but specifically for the product launch, you definitely want to let the people know that have already bought something from you that you also have something new to offer. But like I said, teach in the first 3 videos and then pitch in the 4th.
Yeah, man. I mean, as I look through this too, on video number 1, I mean, the 3 main points they make is, the big promise, to kill the myths, and also let's look at others. So essentially, and also the hook to the second video, of course. So we're going to get in detail about each one of the parts of each video as well. It looks like each one of these parts has about 4 parts to each video to really dig into and understand. And I love how in these books too, there's probably 2 or 3 sentences per part to where it gets right to exactly what you need to build the perfect product, like the product launch funnel. It's incredible.
It's incredible.
It's really cool
how detailed it is. We won't get into all the details because we want you to get the book.
Yeah.
But if you could go through Yeah, what's something that's sticking out to you about the wow and how?
So the wow and how, what stuck out to me is, I mean, the kill myths part is one thing that I think a lot of people forget when they're trying to convince someone to, you know, endorse them or buy the product or whatever. You essentially have to, the way that you're going to get somebody to make your offer irresistible to them is you have to pretty much take any disbeliefs they have and muffle them out. You know, like anything that convinces them, hey, I'm not going to get that product because I don't have enough money. Hey, I'm not going to do this because I don't have enough time. Hey, I'm going to, you know, what is it worth to you? That's one of the things that you can kill myths with. Like that's a way that you can frame it that people can understand. No, I'm not just trying to get you to buy this. I'm actually trying to get you to enrich your life by letting you know that it's easier than you may think it is. And that's what I think sticks out about the wow and how to me immediately when I look at it.
Yeah, and those thoughts are myths. Ultimately, we prioritize what we want. So you can find time to do what you need to do, or you can find the money that you need to do what you need to do.
We do it every day.
Do it every day.
If we're doing anything, we're prioritizing that over anything else.
Exactly. So it's a myth to say you don't have enough time or you don't have enough money, because you'll find the time or the money to do the things you really want to do.
Exactly.
So what's standing out to you about transformational education?
So transformational education, the proof that it works sticks out in that one. And I think that's part 3 of the video number 2 for the transformational education, which is interesting. The kill miss was the second one of the video 1. But proof that it works. You show your successful results, like case studies, testimonials.
Yep.
All of that is stuff that people take for granted as well, I think, for the most part, especially when you're starting out. Testimonials are probably going to be one of the most important parts of your ongoing success. I also am a testament to that because there's a lot of opportunities I've been given through working with Farfetched in St. Louis that I wouldn't have had or even known about in St. Louis without folks that have given me advice on where to go because they've worked with such good people, right? So it's the exact same concept, and pretty much proof that it works is a huge part of the transformational education, because how else are you going to convince them that what you have to offer works besides other people, besides you telling your customer that it works?
Yeah, proof. You
Yeah.
got to prove it. Most people are savvy enough that if you're selling them something that you want them to buy, then before they buy it, they want to know that it works for them, that it worked for you, that it maybe even worked for other people. So, for instance, like we wanted to sell a bunch of Damon's records. Damon Davis is my business partner for Farfetched, and I wanted to kind of test out some of the training that I was getting on Dotcom secrets, expert secrets, traffic secrets, and put it into practice. And we ended up with the right hook, a good story, and the proper offer. We ended up selling over $1,000 worth of his records within 3 Instagram posts, and I only made 2 of the posts. So.
Wild.
Excuse me.
That is wild.
Charles Purnell, our other business partner, made another post after I made the first 2. The first one was me playing the record on Instagram. It was just an Instagram post. I was playing the record, made a little video of me putting the needle on the record, played it, and said, there's only so much of these left. If you want yours, get yours now. People ordered immediately. In the next few hours, there were 10 sales of the record. So that meant that I needed to ship those out. So the following week when I was shipping them out, I took another picture. It was just a picture this time. It wasn't a video. I took a picture of me addressing the boxes, and we had specific boxes to go with records. And I said, just sold 10 of these. There's only this many left now. Like I said, get yours before they're out. And we immediately, in the next few hours, sold another 9 records.
That's incredible, dude.
And both times, there was a little drip effect, too. So within the first few hours, there was a bunch of activity. We got a bunch of sales. And then over the next 12 or 16 hours, we got 1 to 3 more sales. So both of those times, I sold about 11 to 12 records a piece.
That's incredible.
We sold a few more when Charles made his post, and then we basically were sold out. We do have, I think, 7 or 8 more, which I'll probably do another sale here at the end of the year just to get a little bit more income. My focus has kind of shifted to the studio, so I'm not doing as much of the funnel work, but there will be a funnel for the studio as well.
Absolutely.
But I had to prove it to myself, to Damon, to Charles, that this funnel stuff works. And yeah, like I said, 3 posts, over $1,000. I know that's not a ton of money, but it proves the system. I used a little bit of scarcity. I used the funnel model. I used some of the ideas that they've talked about to build a great story. And then I set it out in the world, and then it worked. So now we're here talking about those things so that hopefully it can help you do the same thing, make some money, pay for a vacation, pay for your child's education, pay for your bills, things like that. So.
Absolutely, dude. I have a lot of faith that it works. It's already working with the stuff I'm doing. So
yeah.
So it's neat. So video number 3, which is the ownership experience. One of the biggest things that sticks out for me in this one is the future pace experience. And essentially, if it poses the question to you, or it poses the thought to imagine what your business is going to be like once it's successful, and also what it takes to run it. So to imagine that first before you get there is hugely important, I think. Yeah. And that's one of the main things that stuck out to me in video number 3, for sure.
Man. So I'm going to bring up a TV series that I bring up a lot. I know I'm probably going to say this a ton because the 90s Bulls are such a great example of what it takes to like excel at a level that nobody else is. But I learned so much from The Last Dance, and visualization is a key to success. I don't know that it's a major key. I think the major keys to success are organization, discipline, and proper communication. Those things, if you can do those things, then you can navigate most of the other smaller things that come in those categories. But visualization is like, to me, at least a minor key, if not a major key to success, because I look at Michael Jordan and I watched how he does free throws, and I thought about the practice scene where he's just practicing and it's just him by himself, but I also thought about it in the context of, I think it was a playoff game where he shot a free throw in a game with his eyes closed. Super disrespectful to the other team. So incredible to be able to do that in an NBA game. Yeah. Like with people that are like Charles Barkley, Karl Malone. You're just going to shoot a free throw with your eyes closed? Like, bro, you can take that kind of risk. So like, I was just thinking about how is he able to do that? And then I thought about it in the context of something else that I read about a study of visualization. So there was this study done on, I think it was in Germany. It was either Germany or like Belarus or Belgium or something like that, where they studied these Olympic athletes. And so these doctors had them do varying degrees of practice and visualization. So there was a group that did 100% practice. They only practiced up until the trials. They had a group that did 75% practice and 25% visualization. They had a group that did 50% practice and 50% visualization. And then they had a group do 25% practice, 75% visualization, and then they had a group do only visualization. And guess what? The group that did only visualization did just as well as the group that did only practice. And there was very little fluctuation between the groups in between. So it was a corollary factor. So it just showed that visualization is as important as practice, because if your mind can get in the habit, sort of like muscle memory, then your body then conforms to that memory, memory that you're putting in, that future pace memory. Basically what you're doing is inserting memories into your brain of what you're already going to do, so that it feels right now that you're looking at something that you haven't done and that may be kind of awkward to do even, but when you get to that point, it will feel like second nature because you visualized it first. And so I watched Michael Jordan practice free throws, and what I noticed is he's mostly looking at the rim. He very seldom looks at the ball that he's bouncing. He's mostly looking at the rim, and he also takes a short pause after the last dribble. And I was like, what is he doing there? And I was like, he must be visualizing the ball going through the hoop. And that's why he's so good. So I started doing that in my own basketball. I play basketball, did it today. Matter of fact, I do it every time I do it now. And I've gotten better and better and better.
Yeah,
today,
dude.
my way of getting off the court, I have to do 3 things to basically unlock my potential. I have to hit 7 out of 10 free throws. I got to hit around the world in three-pointers. So I hit both baselines, both elbows, and the top of the key. And then I have to, practice a move. Say there's an imaginary player playing defense on me.